I'm gonna be doing a complete warning before you continue this video. I respect you, and I thank you for clicking on this video. However, I respect you so much that I'm saying if you haven't seen the celebration yet, watch it now. I'm going to be spoiling the shit out of this thing, and my best advice to someone who hasn't seen it is to go in as blind as possible. That's the best way to view this masterful film. When you're done, please come back, rewatch this. I'd appreciate it greatly. Hey guys, it's Bill. Either welcome back from watching it or welcome since you've watched it. Today we're talking about a 1998 Thomas Vinterberg film, his feature debut in fact, titled The Celebration, or Festen, as it's originally called. Vinterberg is kind of a Chad when it comes to filmmaking. He's only ever made hits, it seems, with his recent Mads collaborations being prime examples. He became even more of a maverick to me once I heard about Dogma 95, a film movement he created with a fellow Dane, the controversial filmmaker Lars von Trier. To keep it brief, it was a manifesto depicting various rules and challenges to not be broken while making a film. Dogma 95 was created in the hopes of revitalizing Danish cinema, bringing it down to its surface levels of story as the most important aspect. That alone makes The Celebration the first experiment in the Dogma 95 movement, all the more brave in its approach. Now, Festen has a simple, almost comedic setup. Family and friends gather to celebrate, see what he did there, the 60th birthday of a wealthy man of the Klingenfeld family. His three remaining children gather with their respective families and drink, laugh, and toast to their father's great success. It's almost like a comedy. There's so many off and kooky shenanigans occurring. Finally, the eldest son, Christian, stands to make a rousing speech, thanking his dad for everything.
Og så lagde han os på den grønne briks, som nu er smidt ud, og voldtog os, udnyttede os, seksuelt havde sex med sin kære små.
Wait, what the fuck? The Celebration has one of the most effective, jaw-dropping moments you can find in a film. Nothing prepares us for his rather horrifying reveal. Christian informs everyone at the party how his father used to sexually abuse him and his twin sister Linda when they were children, possibly leading to Linda's suicide. It's so shocking none of the family members act accordingly. They seem to almost laugh it off or be confused, and it perfectly shows how the audience must feel in that moment. I was equally shocked to see how unfazed the guests' reactions were to Christian's confession. It's as if they didn't take him seriously, like he's playing a sick joke. Although feeling defeated, Christian continues on and berates his father multiple times at the dinner table, causing everyone to turn on him, including his siblings. Perhaps it's a form of denial or embarrassment at even the thought of their own father committing such an act. In actuality, it would be hard to tell what was real and what was fiction, considering everyone in the room had a fruitful friendship with the accused man. From that moment on, it's a downward spiral for the remainder of the film's runtime. I don't mean that in a bad way, quite the opposite. Every minute passes as you're on the edge of your seat, trying to separate fact from fiction, and trying to see if anyone will start to believe Christian and take his side. The only ones who seem to believe him happen to be those who work for his father, such as the maid and the lead chef. When the family's true faces are revealed from the switch, it's so frustratingly powerful. You can't help but feel disdain for his family, who show no signs of believing his words. You also feel the anger casted upon Christian, and worry for him as a character. His family goes to such an extreme to silence him, that even his brother Michael at one point beats him and ties him to a tree outside the family's property. Considering I watched The Hunt before this, I couldn't help but draw comparisons to it. The idea of becoming alienated from your loved ones based on this shocking and guttural revelation is terrifying. Each film tackles it from different perspectives. For The Hunt, it's the falsely accused perpetrator, but for The Celebration, it's for the victim of the abuse. In a sense, that makes it even more heartbreaking, watching Christian struggle. The ability to speak about a traumatic experience happening to you is scary enough, it's brave enough, but being denied that sigh of relief and understanding makes it all the more stressful. Festen depicts alienation so viscerally well, especially in its sequences, that I can't help but praise the cast and crew for what they accomplished. I also want to take a moment to say how much the cinematography engrossed this film. Considering Festen was filmed on a Sony Handyman, yeah, that little video camera, you'd think that'd be a negative since it's very difficult to update the picture quality. However, I think it works so well. The home video aesthetic adds to its feeling of taking place at a real family event. It reminds me of a Super 8 camera filming Grandpa's birthday, but instead of it being wholesome, it's disturbing. It's as if someone was filming the whole thing take place, like a clip soon to be sent to Denmark's Funniest Home Videos. A great creative choice to film it in this fashion. When Christian is left alone, tied to the trees, he's brought to his lowest, with no one in his family believing him. Vinterberg could have easily left the film there and ended on a nihilistically bleak tone. But he didn't. Instead, Christian frees himself from his restraints, both literally and metaphorically. He marches back into his home where he grew up, where his supposed loved ones once cared for him. Vinterberg's message of not giving in to staying silent is easy to tell, but the determination Christian possesses gives the celebration its encouraging and hopeful message. Though so many anxiety-inducing moments occur, eventually its chaotic energy is brought to a powerful close. After Linda's suicide note is found, Helen, Christian's other sister, reads it aloud to the guests. In it, the note confirms what their father did to them as children, and how it led to her decision to end her life. Finally, everyone accepts and understands that what Christian was saying was real. Granted, it took way longer than it needed, but it's been heard. The father admits his acts and curses Christian in an unkindly manner. In a scene towards the end of the film, Michael, the younger brother, drunkenly beats his father and curses him for what he's done. It was satisfying to see his turn from being the supposed asshole antagonist to well, he's still an asshole, but at least he's pointing it in the right direction this time. Michael as a character in general is very interesting. He's kind of the embodiment of everything bad. He's a cheater, he's a racist, and he's a beater, so getting any form of redeeming factor in him is a surprise to see. In the final moments, the father essentially apologizes the next morning, saying he understands if the guests no longer wish to see him. And as they're eating breakfast, Michael confronts him at the table and tells him to leave, forcing the dad to exit the scene. The family eats and continues to celebrate, but this time the truth that is finally being told. And then it ends. Boom. All in all, I think Festen maintains its relevancy through the idea of the victim of abuse. It's become so important and apparent in recent time, with movements such as Me Too, for victims of abuse to speak out. This film shows the absolute worst-case scenario associated when a victim could express such experiences. I could see how someone could relate to the fear of being unable to do this, thinking they'd be alienated or looked differently. In reality, Christian should have been given the support he needed, but because of pride and some form of denial, no one felt as brave as he was to give it to him. For that, Festen acts as one of the most influential films of the Dogma 95 movement. Honestly, it's one of the best Danish films I've seen, and I'm so glad I was able to see it. What are your thoughts on this film? Please, let me know down below. Also, please let me know if a Dogma 95 video sounds interesting to you. I've been getting really interested in the movement, and wouldn't mind making a separate video dedicated to it. Thank you for sticking around for my thoughts. If you'd like, please leave a like, please subscribe. I just hit 500 subs. I'm so hyped about that. Please let me know if you'd like to see more from me. I'd enjoy making more videos like this in the future. As always, have a great day. It's been Bill, guys. Bye-bye.